Welcome to Be Live with Dani Kelly. I'm here, your host, Dani Kelly, direct from Los Angeles, California, at the Creation Studios, a place that is not just a studio, but a concept for your creation. And thanks so much for being here at our channel on YouTube, and not only now on YouTube, you're on all the platforms you feel like to hear our podcast, Be Live with Dani Kelly. And let me know where you watching us, listening us, if you are in the United States, Brazil, or anywhere in the world. Leave your comment, your heart, and share your podcast with everyone. I would love to see who you are and to know more about you. And today, the beloved Dani Kelly have incredible guests. She's Kristen Bradford, the director of State of Miss California USA and Miss California Teen USA organization, Miss Malibu, Miss Santa Monica, and Miss Beverly Hills. In 2011, Kristen opened the Crown Diva Boutique, a pageant academy, the first one-stop pageant to shop in West Coast. And today she's here with us at the Be Live with Dani Kelly, and she will share everything happens during and before the pageant with the Miss California USA. Thank you so much, Chris, to be in the studios today with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, I'm excited too. I couldn't believe oh my God, Chris, when I sent you an invitation, and I know you're really, really busy. I was following you up last year with Miss California USA in 2025, and I was so mesmerized to see how everything is created. It's not only about want to be a miss, but it's a whole routine you have to follow for. And it's incredible to meet you. There's you have this magic in your hand and the guidance how to be the Miss California and also for the nationals. So tell me about how you start.
Well, it's an interesting journey, and I certainly did not think this was going to be my full-time job for the rest of my life. I started in pageants around the age of 19, which in the US, some girls start as young as, toddlers. So
Yes.
I was a little bit older in terms of pageantry, but I had always been encouraged to do all kinds of entertainment. So whether it was dance, singing, acting, I just loved being on stage. And so ultimately, when I joined the Miss Oregon USA pageant, that was my very first pageant when I was 19. And I did well and I loved it. And so we say you get the pageant bug.
Yes.
And I did. And I tried 4 or 5 years. I competed for the Miss Oregon USA title. And I was second runner up. I was always very close. I tell the girls now, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But it really inspired me to learn more about the industry. And so when I graduated from Pepperdine University, I wanted to start my own business, and it was something that I knew.
And I'm really surprised that when you went through international relations,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you did the public policy, and then you become a diplomat on the pageant world because you have to become a diplomat to go through, the states, the city, the state, and also nationals and international. And
Yes.
it's do you use all what you have learned on that period now in your life with the misses and also not only the misses but the whole team, right?
Yes, and it's something I studied international relations. It's an international organization. We're part of the Miss Universe organization. Miss Universe owns Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. So the women that I train can potentially go on to Miss USA and to Miss Universe. And I've had several women that I've coached do that in the past. And I was in this industry for almost 25 years before becoming the Miss California USA director. And so it's something that I've always wanted, and I persevered and kept working hard until I could get that position. And I love the idea that I can influence these women, not just for pageantry, but teach them things that I hope are beneficial in their lives, in the future. So the pageant is a stepping stone to bigger and better things, and it teaches them confidence and poise and the ability to interview, all things that we use, in our daily lives.
Yes.
And to watch them grow and succeed and do things beyond the pageant is what is really the most fulfilling for me.
Yeah, and how talk about this you do this pivot time, the journey and the step stones to get to the finals, right? And then I follow you last year and I saw so much work involved behind the Miss, and today be so beautiful and so fluctuous and so light. But the hard work, how can you explain the hard work they do, like detail by detail? Because I know you talk about how to walk, how to sit, how to present yourself, and then I see that there's a technique involved, right?
There is definitely. It's a sport. These are athletes. They are well trained, and they work year round to compete that pageant weekend. So, for instance, right now we're in the process of beginning planning and recruitment for the pageant. We'll do several activities throughout the next few months that will help prepare them for pageant weekends. They will do online courses. They will do in-person workshops. They will work privately and then as a group. And they do have to think about a lot of different things. I think the biggest thing is just understanding who they are and what they bring to the table and what they want to present to the judges and what they want to present to the state and to the country and perhaps the world, should they win this title, because it really is a way to exemplify and magnify your voice. And so when there are things that they really want to achieve, it's amazing.
Is important because you're representing not only the states but maybe the country,
Yes.
and then you have to go abroad. And I see a lot of I believe it was last year, I see that Miss Mexico on the international one, right?
Yes.
Miss International was like something happened and her voice went out, and then the organization was a kind of mess. So I can tell that. So when a situation like a crisis happens, right? When for crisis, so do you prepare them to avoid any kind of confrontation with the organization? How it works? Because everybody has a different mindset, right? And then what is the standards to when something like that happens? What are your advice to them?
I think that anything can happen.
Yes, yeah.
And you have to be able to think on your feet. You also have to maintain your integrity.
Yeah.
And you have to be a representative of who you are. And so whether people agree or disagree with who the winner is or what the organization is doing, I think as long as you stand strong in who you are and your authenticity, and you know what your message and what your voice stands for, then you can continue. And so, again, I've been an advocate of this organization for almost 30 years of my life. And being a part of Miss Universe and Miss USA is really special to me. And so I hope that whoever comes in to win the Miss California USA title is going to be a proud representative of me, of my sponsors, of the charities that I work with, of the state, of the city that they're from. And so we just teach them to do that and lead with grace. And hopefully have a strong message that they want to share for other women around the state and the country.
Yeah, that's very important because you talk about empowerment.
Yes.
And how do you show them the empowerment? How can you empower yourself to show others to follow your steps? And how it is the program you work with them? Like, do you teach them guidance them? Do you have a kind of structure to them? How is the step by step? To the finals.
So the first step really is, I guess, the physical preparation. So of course, it is a beauty pageant and we're unapologetic about that, but there's so much more than that. And so if they're prepared physically and mentally, then the next step really is, again, deciding who you are and what you want to stand for. And so they really need to know what they're going to say to the judges and how they're going to express themselves. And I think that's the best tool that they can learn in this whole journey, because they're going to need that in so many other ways, whether it's in school or applying for a job, in their work life. There's so many times that being a good public speaker, being able to express yourself well is so important. So that's a main focus for us. And in the past, the interview portion, so something like this, is worth almost 50% of their score. So they need to be able to express themselves. And so what they'll do once they register is they'll begin that whole process. And so we'll do a lot of, we focus a lot on the mental health aspect of
Yeah,
it.
very important. How they do the mental health, because you can go up and down, no?
Yes, it's hard. It's like any other athlete. Like I said, it's being in that space mentally and physically where you're prepared. And I think preparation is key because then you feel that confidence.
Yeah.
So the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you do interviews, the more that you speak in public, the stronger that you get at doing it. And so I think that's a huge part of it. So again, the girls will register, they'll select their town that they're representing, they'll go out into their communities, they'll do volunteer work, they will work with sponsors in their local communities, they'll do fun activities with us. We do a lot of team building where I know the girls are competing against each other, but it's also something where this is a sisterhood. And so we support each other and uplift each other as well.
They bounding. So, because the mental health is so important nowadays, everybody talk about mental health. Before, like years ago, no one talks about that, right? It was everything is changing. Empowerment, mental health. So how can you stand for yourself? Bounding, be a sisterhood. So do you see the shift between 20, 30 years ago to now? What has changed?
Yes, it's evolved. It's definitely evolved. As has, what our definition of a modern woman is very different than it was because I competed 20, 30 years ago. And I think it really was much more focused on the aesthetic than it is now. And now it's really about, again, that uplifting, empowering, encouraging. I feel more like a life coach than I do a pageant coach.
Nice. That's nice. So you feel like you guide them to succeed, even though if they don't make it, they are succeeding anyway.
And a big part of it too is that, what is a good sign to me is the girls that come and compete come back year after year. And so they're gaining something from the experience that makes them want to return and try again. Yes, they want to win the title, but I think the whole journey and that process of preparation and learning about themselves and the self-discovery is really what helps them, motivates them. I always used it as a way to motivate myself. Like I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And whether I win the title or not, that helps me grow and learn. And so I hope that's what they're getting out of it.
Yes. And then also because like you say, on the past, it was more about beauty, the aesthetics, and then the empowerment, and today change. So the message now, do you believe the message now that the pages is transcendent to people, that you should be more empowered and more, like you show that you're there not only for the beauty, but also for the message that you send to the people. So that's what you focus right now. And the page, like, can you see that this shift to the empowerment? Like when I see the beauty, of course I see the beauty. I love to see it. But when they open, they're talking is amazing. They are so prepared. They are so ready.
I mean, there are women from all different walks of life, all different educational backgrounds, life experiences, different goals. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have influencers, we have women from all different walks of life. And all of those are equally valuable. And what we can learn from each other is equally valuable. I always tell them, people say California is a very hard state to win because we have the toughest competition. But you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that push you to be the best that you possibly can be. And I think that's what these women do. And I think, of course, a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. And I think taking care of yourself, eating healthy, working out, doing all the things that will promote good self-care is important. But I also think that you can do that and be a CEO and be all these other amazing things that women are, mother, whatever it is. I think the difference now is that the image of what a beauty queen has changed.
Has changed totally. Yeah. That totally from years ago. Now they expect you to bring some answers. They expect you to like what she has on the table to tell us. Right? They are expecting that because I remember before it's a beauty. But now, I see more than that. And when I was listening to the videos of the last year pageants, I was like, wow, she talks so well and she's so well educated. And I was surprised, right, to see that. And I was like, wow, it has changed. So now let's talk about how everything gets together, because I see they have beautiful dresses. they have the hair, the makeup. You mentioned that they have sponsors. How do you put it together, sponsors and people who that's interested to sponsor a pageant like that? How do you
Yeah.
put together?
I mean, we have sponsors from all different categories or industries. So, of course, it's beauty and fashion. We have a personal trainer, a nutritionist. We have a meal delivery company. We have gowns, makeup, hair, etc. All of those things. So, what I do is bring together a group of professionals that are the best at what they do. And then offer that to the contestants so they're able to utilize it if they choose to. And then should they win the pageant, they get an amazing prize package that helps prepare them for the next level of competition. And something we're doing a little bit different. We've always focused on mental health and wellness, but this year we really want to make pageant weekend more of a wellness retreat. So throughout the entire process, we're doing things that help them mentally, physically prepare for the competition and really have a positive and uplifting experience that weekend that they can then take on with them after the pageant's over.
The future. And how it is the construction, because I think it's a construction. It's like you come from the local, the city pageants, and then you go to the state and you go to the national, international. How do you prepare them to go through these different phases? Because I see the agenda, the schedule is like heavy, right?
Yes.
I say it's heavy because for me it's heavy. And then I know they have to be there all smiling. They're so light, so well put together. How do you for me it's a magic. Like every time I see them, like they're fresh and smiling. Like how do you prepare those girls to be on that point?
I think it begins from, the day they decide they're going to compete, they begin that preparation and they know pageant weekend is busy, but they also know throughout the year they're going to have appearances, they're going to have charitable activities, they're going to be doing things year round. So really it's not a job, but it is almost equally as important as their school, their work, their extracurricular activities. This position is important. And so they need to act as if leading up to the pageant, they already need to act as if they're the queen. And what does that entail? And that entails, a big responsibility and a big commitment to themselves and to the brands. And so I think pageant weekend, especially, we have a great team of hair and makeup and wardrobe stylist and different things that help prepare them. So that's a huge part of it. But I think just mentally putting themselves in the position to know, this is something I need to take really seriously and I have to prioritize in order to succeed.
Yes, this is the mental health part. You have to be careful.
Yes.
And talk about mental health. Have you any event, like any part of the time during your career, that anyone have the self-sabotage themselves to not be there or to feel like weak? And what did you do when that happened?
I mean, it happens all the time. And
Really?
I even experience it sometimes myself. There's that self-doubt, and sometimes they call it an imposter syndrome where they feel like, I don't deserve to be here. I don't belong. I'm not worthy. And so I think it's just overcoming those self-doubts. And so a lot of times we talk about, again, positive self-care, just meaning getting enough sleep, getting the right nutrition, getting hydrated, but also then what you're telling yourself mentally. So positive affirmations, journaling, meditation, all the different things that you can use to kind of overcome those negative voices that you hear in your head.
Because I believe that when they are all together, right,
Yes.
during the week of the pageant, and they see each other, start to look at each other, we are human beings. Come on, we all girl, we're women. We cannot help each other, right?
Right.
So, and then do you think that comes right down the moment, before, during, or after?
I think it definitely happens before. A lot of times they'll go through each other's social media ahead of time. And I think that's, one of the things that women of all ages suffer from now with social media being so prevalent is that comparison and the like culture where you're trying to do something to generate, that
more
reciprocation of like. But I think, what I try to tell them is, again, it's being the best version of yourself possible and not allowing the other's success to deter you, but to inspire you. So that's amazing that she's going to law school and she's going to be a lawyer, but I want to be, I want to work in international relations and travel to other countries and do all, so there's different things that show each other that we can inspire each other and not necessarily just make each other feel less than.
I know, it's hard. It's not easy.
Yes.
I don't know. You have to be very strong. I come from the dancing world. So
I mean, that's just as hard, yes.
It's as hard to be a miss. And then the work you've done, it's a whole year round and never enough and never good and never, it's hard. It wasn't easy. So I know I take myself from the dance to the pageants, like, oh yeah, I know how much these girls give themselves so much to be on their dreams. And do you think most of the girls is their own dreams or is the family dreams?
I think it's a combination.
Okay.
And there are pageant moms and pageant dads, just so you know. It's not just the moms. I think what I hope is that these women, they care about what their family, what society, what everyone thinks about them. And they want to do this because they want to impress others. But what I really hope that they do is for themselves, because the benefits that you can receive from this are so great. And so I think, I love the fact that we do have the younger age group, which is the teen, which is 14 to 18. And we met through my Miss California Teen USA, who is phenomenal
amazing.
And has very encouraging parents that are very involved, and some of the girls don't. So I think getting them at that age where you can teach them this can be your dream and that you need to put in the work to do this for yourself, and then decide who you are and what you want to be. And it's okay if it's not what others expect you to be. And so I think giving them that encouragement without, offending the parents, but letting them know that they're becoming their own individual and can do this because they want to. And if they don't want to, I don't want to pressure them to do it at all. So I think the majority of them, in my experience, have wanted to be there and do it themselves. And especially the girls 18 and over are there because, they want to be there. It's a lot of work, time, money. It's an expensive hobby. It's something that you really have to want in order to be successful in this industry.
So talk about the benefits. Can you just describe some of the benefits they earn, like during or after? No, you win. When you win, of course you're going to have benefits, but during the process, and what the benefits they're getting to be Miss California, or Miss US, or Miss World, right? Miss
Universe, yes. I mean, there are many benefits, and a lot of it is just kind of who you meet. It's the networking opportunities. It's the sponsors that you create relationships with. So, for instance, our two title holders now, Miss California and Miss California Teen, have been hired to do different campaigns for different brands. And so we have amazing sponsors that we've worked with, and they've done photo shoots for them and represented their brands, which is great. A lot of the girls want to be in acting, modeling, entertainment industry. So this is definitely an easy way to segue to other things. And whether it's becoming a Sports Illustrated model or becoming an influencer, like I said, that is something that is important to a lot of the girls. But learning how, I think, to represent yourself and the brands is so important, and it's such a great way to learn how to do that, and then to market yourself as a brand afterward.
Yes, that's great. I love what you do, and I think it's amazing. Like to guide, and your job is a potential to a lot of girls to looking for you. How they can find you? How they can
they can find us on our website, which is MissCaliforniaUSA.com. They can find us through social media. We have at Miss CA USA and at Miss CA Teen USA. And a lot of times they find us through other contestants or other women that have participated in pageantry. And so, a lot of times it's word of mouth or referral. And then I'm always on the look out for new talent, fresh faces.
So how you find the girls? Like you see them on the mall, or you go to school, or you do any kind of function events? How do you find the...
I do a lot of fun activities. Like I said, we just did a guest Galentine's Day event in Beverly Hills at the guest store. So I had all kinds of people attend there that were not contestants yet, but were interested. And of course, people want to be guest models. So
yes, of course.
That's part of it too. So the more fun team building exercises and activities that I do, and the more other women see the benefits of participating, that encourages them.
I see.
So I think social is probably the easiest way for them to see that. But like I said, it's just when I'm out and about and I see someone that I think is interesting or amazing, I talk to them about it. I hand out my card or postcards, and encourage them to go to the website and apply.
most of them they come and they apply and they go to the for the preliminaries, the city, right? The Beverly Hills, they have Malibu. How many you have right now? Beverly Hills?
So they are not required to do a city pageant in order
Oh
to go to the
no.
state pageant.
Ah,
Yeah. So right now, they can go directly to Miss California USA and compete.
okay.
So they'll go through the application process. We interview them. And then we start right away with the activities and instruction so that they don't feel overwhelmed if they've never done a pageant before. You can be a first-time pageant goer and win.
And how many in the ages? Like what ages you have was for the pageants? Like you have the you talk about 14, 18, and then it goes to the adult. What the ages are?
Yeah, so the teen is 14 to 18 years old. The miss is 18 and over. And what changed here in the last couple of years is that there no longer is an upper age limit. So you can be 18 and over and compete. I actually had a 75-year-old compete at Miss California 2 years ago. And it was her bucket list dream
Of course,
to do it.
yeah.
And I don't know, if her intention was to win the pageant or not, but I think she said just because she had always
Experience.
wanted to do it and it was something really exciting and fun for her. And the girls loved her. It was a lot of fun. And the age is skewing a little bit older than it has in the past. It used to be only 18 to 28-year-olds. And you could not be married or have children, and now you can.
Now you can
Yes.
be married, have children, you can
Yes.
go beyond 18.
Beyond 28, so no upper age limit. So really, the sky is the limit there. So
Yeah,
I can find
this-
women from all different walks of life, all different age groups, all different marital status, and they can participate.
That's fantastic. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't. When you told me earlier, I said, you can't. I say, are you sure? But that is fantastic because, years ago, life was different from now, right? We are more limited. People are more limited to achieve their dreams or to do experience things like that. So now that you are able to experience things like that, I think a
Yes.
lot of women just they come out like just to experience to be on the stage, dress a beautiful, have a beautiful dress or have
Yes.
makeup. It's the day of Princess Day, right? Princess Day, I can say like you have your day off to be a princess.
Yes, absolutely. Or walk the red carpet. We all love watching the
red-
fashion. It's award season. Everyone's
Yes.
seeing who are they wearing, what's their designer, why did they choose that dress. It's the
Yes,
same thing. We
the
love
same
beauty and
thing.
fashion and fitness. It's a combination of all the things I think that we as a society like, but also as a woman,
Yes.
feeling beautiful and elegant and regal.
Oh, it's beautiful. And do you think that's your purpose of life in life to guide those women to feel beautiful, right?
I think so. I think what I would want them to realize is who they are and what they want to accomplish, and then also be able to find joy in the moment.
Yes.
Because I think being present in the moment and enjoying this time in your life and this experience, it's so hard to do that. We're always thinking about the future or regretting
No.
things we haven't done in the past. And so being present in the moment and really appreciating where you are and what you're accomplishing,
Yes.
and then not being driven by just the result of it. So only one girl is going to win the crown. And I want the 120 other women there to really enjoy this process and this moment.
No, this is beautiful. Is to know to bring that you can bring the light, the light and the smile, and then also the accomplished feeling. It is really like I don't think there is any price for that. It's so much more than that. That you have this tool to bring them the feeling to be a woman because we
Yes.
are so much crash. People crash all the time and
Yeah.
on judgmental and about judgmental, like be judgmental. Do you think now people change towards to pageants? Because before you face a lot of judgmental, right? The beauty, that's not that important. What is important? But you think now with all the social media, the beauty, Kardashians, makeup and hair, do you think that people change the judgmental towards the beauty?
No, I think they're still judgmental.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're still judgmental.
I was hoping for the positive.
No,
This
it
year
is
then.
positive in a sense that they're always going to judge and question, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And once they've experienced it or know someone that has, then they'll understand it. And so it's going to always be, for me, an explanation of why I'm doing what I'm doing. But hopefully, as they watch or observe or experience, then they understand the benefit of it, and that's okay. People
is.
are critical, and that's all right. But I hope that they give it a chance
A chance
and
to-
can see that evolution like we talked about and know that there is relevance here, that it does make a difference in these women's lives.
It is important. It is important. Beauty is
Yeah.
important. Don't say like it's not. It's just important. We love beauty. Right?
Yes.
We love beauty.
You can be beautiful and smart and accomplished
You can do
and successful.
all. Yes,
Yeah, you can do it all.
Oh, thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you.
Here. Oh my God, I love it. I love the interview.
And I can't wait to do more with you in the future.
We're gonna do more. A lot about this year. You guys gonna watch us. We're gonna do a lot more. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Just please leave your social handles to everyone, your contact. And if everybody wants to reach you, maybe a sponsor, a girl wants to be a miss or ask you a question, how can they reach you?
They can reach us again through the website, MissCaliforniaUSA.com, or on our social media at MissCAUSA or at MissCATeenUSA.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Let's be beautiful.
Yay.
Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, that's
Thank
so
you so
beautiful.
much.
You're welcome. It's amazing. Oh, I missed the magazine.